Hello, everyone, and welcome to another prospect interview, my third one that I've done this off season. Today, you're going to hear from Mia Gervais. Mia hails from West Fargo, North Dakota. She'll be joining ASU as a defenseman. In this interview, you'll hear a little bit more about Mia and about West Fargo, North Dakota, which honestly, many of you don't know about. So it's going to be very interesting hearing about that city and where Mia came from. You'll also hear about her playing time with her sister thus far and her story with her sister up until this point, along with why she committed to ASU and what she's looking forward to about playing in Arizona. Enjoy, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another interview. Today, I have Mia Gervais with me here today. She's from West Fargo, North Dakota. She committed December 13th, one of the earliest commits for this upcoming season. Plays defense, and she played with West Fargo United last season. Mia, how are you doing today? What's happening?
I'm doing good. My family and I just celebrated the 4th of July this weekend, and we all headed home today because everyone had to go to work.
Yeah, I mean, 4th of July weekend, where are you up to? What happened at the lake? And do you have any other summer plans before you come to ASU this in a couple months, actually?
We went to Detroit Lake, and then we went to a couple grandparents' places. We pretty much just went tubing, ate a lot of hot dogs and burgers and pasta salad. We did not do fireworks this weekend, but there's a big fireworks show in town that I'm excited to go to. That's pretty much it. My summer has been good. It's pretty much I'm just counting down to leave at this point. So, cause I am going to the prospects camp at the end of July. So then once I get there, I'm just gonna stay.
Okay, well, awesome. That's awesome to hear that you're coming to Arizona so early. And I mean, get ready for some heat. I don't know how it is
Yeah,
in North Dakota right now, but
it's not as hot as Arizona, but it's pretty warm. It's pretty humid today.
all right. Well, good to hear that you're kind of used to it. But I mean, tell us a little about yourself, Mia. I mean, kind of what we know is that little article that came out a little bit ago, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started playing hockey in about 3rd grade, which I guess is pretty late. No one told me that that was late, but that's when me and my twin sister started. And we pretty much just played for like the in-town team and then did some summer stuff. And then we moved to Minnesota for 3 years. And my parents just decided the town was too small. So we moved back and we finished out our junior and senior year with West Fargo, and it was really fun. And I would do that again too, honestly. Like I would definitely go back to Minnesota for those 3 years and then come back. I think that it grew my knowledge as a player a lot more just because it's more of a hockey state, but I enjoyed it. I'm glad that we came back though, because I got to see a lot of old friends.
Which do you prefer, North Dakota or Minnesota overall?
Probably North Dakota because when I was in Minnesota, I was in a very, very small town, and the closest town was like 30 minutes away. So everywhere is just too far of a drive. In Fargo here, it's like 5 minutes to everything.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I actually didn't know where West Fargo was until hearing
most
about
people
you. And
don't.
yeah, I'm sorry. But
It's all
after
right.
after reading up a little bit about it, North Dakota, obviously, but tell us a little bit about growing up there. What is there to do there, and how'd you like growing up there?
I really enjoyed growing up in North Dakota. It's not like sunshine and beaches and palm trees, but I do like that you get all 4 seasons. I personally like spring the best just because I like rain. Um, I don't know, I kind of liked it. It's been me, my stepdad, my mom, and my twin sister for pretty much my whole life. And we were in so I'm in West Fargo right now, and I used to be in a town outside of West Fargo. So we were in like our own little place. Like there's really just a gas station, other houses, and elementary school. And so growing up there was really fun because you would just there wasn't many rules. You just go out with your friends and bike around the entire town like 4 times, and then you're tired and ready for lunch, and then you go back out and you do it again, and then you're ready to just go home and go to bed. But growing up here was great. I've still, like, best friends with, like, my elementary school friends, and I think that's a very, like, smaller town kinda thing. I'm not really sure. Would definitely say I'm more of a city kid, which is weird because 'cause I'm from North Dakota, which is in the Midwest. But my twin sister is a huge hunter and fisher, and she loves all of the hick things, and that's just not my jam. So me and my sister really just bond over playing hockey. Like, we definitely fought a lot when we were little. So I would say when we were skating together was, like, the only time we were not fighting for, like, just, like, no reason. So, yeah.
I mean, you kind of touched on my next subject there. How'd you
Yeah.
get into hockey? I mean, how did you get into hockey in North Dakota?
Me and my sister did not want to play hockey at all. We did not know what it was. We just thought it was like football and we thought it was weird. But our stepdad played hockey when he was younger and he's like, "You gotta try it. You're gonna try it." So he brought us into our first day and he tied our skates and showed us how to put on our helmets and whatnot. And then we got on the ice and it was just really fun. I mean, it took a while to learn how to actually skate, but other than that, it was just great. I don't think that I would take that back. If it was up to my mom, we'd be ballet dancers and theater kids. So I'm very glad that we are not. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm glad that we got to play hockey, and I'm glad that our stepdad, Jeff, brought us into that world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you touched on your twin sister there, Zoe. Tell me a little bit about Zoe, and does she want to pursue college hockey as well? And what did it mean to you playing with your sister for so long?
My sister's a firecracker. She's very loud and she likes to make it very aware of what she wants to happen on the ice, and I think it's hilarious because half the time I don't end up listening to her. I'm like, "No, I'm gonna do what I think will be better." But it ends up working out. We butt heads a lot up until probably freshman year of high school, and then we started getting along and we started figuring it out. We're like, "Okay, fine, we actually like each other." She thought about playing after high school. She actually was offered to commit at ASU as well, and she thought about it for a long time, and she does not wanna be that far away from home. She's like, "I can't leave mom and Jeff, like, I just wanna stay home." I'm like, "That's okay, like, nothing wrong with that." So then she almost went and played hockey for Montana State, but they didn't have a welding program for her there, and she really wants to be a welder. It's like her whole jam. So she's staying in town and she's going to North Dakota State Science School and she's doing welding.
That's awesome. That's a
I know.
very
I'm
nice
really excited
degree.
for her.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really exciting to hear. Going off of hockey, did you have a favorite team or do you have a favorite team right now? And who are some players you kind of look for?
I'm a Chicago Blackhawks stan. Ever since I was little, everyone always asked me why I'm not like a Minnesota Wild fan. And I don't know. I just my stepdad was like, "We like the Blackhawks." I'm like, "Okay, we like the Blackhawks." So I had like 15 Patrick Kane shirts and Jonathan Tay shirts, and I just whenever we watched the Blackhawks play, like I only watched them. If they weren't on the screen, I was eating popcorn. Like I did not care. And it's really cool now because we have Connor Bedard playing, and I'm like, "Woo woo, that's awesome." So yeah, that's been my favorite team. I also really liked watching the Lamoureux twins in college and then in the Olympics. Um, the very first ever like women's hockey gold medal they won. I remember I was in fourth or fifth grade, and all of the hockey kids in my school got out of class and we sat in the library and we watched that game until it was over.
That's a pretty neat story. It's something that you don't really hear from around,
Yeah.
these folks, especially where I came from too. But also congratulations on Connor Bedard, generational talent. That's
I'm
awesome.
very excited about it.
As you should be, as you should be. What was your time like with Wells Fargo United this past season? How do you think your season went as an overall?
This year it was a really fun season and a really uh complicated season. We had a very small team this year because we had so many girls graduate last year. And the amount of girls playing in West Fargo right now is at a weird age gap where they're not old enough to move up to high school yet. So they have to play an extra year of youth hockey. So our team only had 12 players, which that is nothing. That is about 2 lines of forward and 2 lines of defense, and we only had 1 goalie. And so our goalie, about not even halfway through the season, I'd say maybe 2 and a half, 3 weeks in, her appendix burst at school. So one of our forwards had to play goalie, and that was insane. She did an amazing job. We beat our rivals. We don't know how we did that with no goalie, basically. But it was a really fun season. I think since we only had 12 girls, our team got a lot closer. We did make it to state. However, we kind of choked at state. It's all right. It's all right to say that we choked at state. It wasn't the best ending that we wanted, but it was probably the most fun season we had this year. And last year we took third, and that was exciting because that's the farthest our team had made it in like 12 years.
Yeah, that's epic. That's really good to hear, especially overcoming all that adversity. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of transitioning to why we're here, why we're talking about you, and that's because Arizona State. So, first off, why did you choose Arizona State, and how did you hear about Arizona State?
I didn't really hear about ASU hockey ever. I knew they had a boys team because there's been a couple people from around the area that have gone to play there after juniors. I didn't know they had a women's team, and I was just like researching, trying to like reach out to some teams because it's really hard to get like anyone to notice you out here. So you have to reach out first. Like it is very rare because no one even really knows what North Dakota is. Like no one really knows. And I saw that they had a women's team, and I'm like, this would be awesome. I hate being cold, but I love playing my winter sport. So I reached out and I sent Lindsay Ellis some film and whatnot and told her that I was interested. And she reached out and we had a phone call and she told me to go out to the prospects camp. We ended up leaving a little bit early for the prospects camp, and we got some of the girls to show us around the school a little bit. Nothing crazy in depth, but a little more in depth than what you would see on the normal prospects thing. The prospects camp went really well. I really liked all of the girls from the team that were at that one, and I really liked Lindsay. I really don't know what it is about Lindsay. Like maybe it's just because I've never had a female coach in my entire life, but she seems way more relatable than any other coaches I've ever had. And she's totally like she's so down to earth. Like she gets what's up like all of the time with all the other players, and I thought that was awesome. So after the prospects camp, she invited my sister and I back I want to say November. I think it was in November we went back and we skated with the team for a couple days, and then we went and we watched their GCU game, and that was really exciting. And then we sat down with Lindsay and she said that she thought would be an awesome fit, and she called us back 3 days later after we got home and emailed the papers over. I was like, done deal. This is where I want to go to school. The girls are awesome. All the girls I met were super nice. They just wanted to know like about me and what I like to do and everything, and they showed me around the entire campus. It is a beautiful campus. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It is huge. I'm aware that it's pretty big, but that's all right. And I'm really excited to play in the new rink next year too. I think that'll be really fun. But I really just liked that the girls made me feel super welcomed right when I got there. Like right when we walked in the locker room, no idea who these girls were, but they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're Mia and Zoe, like, welcome." Like, they had seats waiting for us, and it was really cool.
That is awesome to hear. That what a great
Mhm.
story. I mean, I got asked, did Mullet Arena kind of influence your decision to come over, or was it just another, oh my gosh, this is awesome, but I already wanted to go to ASU?
I was not aware that they were building another rink.
Mhm.
until probably the prospects camp when they showed us it. Because they hadn't really done any like social media about it yet. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like, there's this one rink 15 minutes from campus, whatever. That's actually pretty normal for ACHA teams. And then I heard they were building a new rink, and I'm like, that's dope. And it's on campus. Okay, even better. So yeah, it didn't really persuade me, but like it's a nice little add-on.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome to hear. It's a very nice arena.
Mhm.
What is your current major that you're going into, and what do you want to do with it in the future?
As of right now, I'm a biological science major. I am planning on applying to physician assistant school after I get my bachelor's degree. And I'm hoping to be a dermatologist physician assistant. I mean, that could totally change, but that's my plan as of right now.
It's a unique degree.
Yeah.
That's a degree I could never get into. I'm never that great in science. But kind of going on about the team, what do you think about the team? Have you been following the team last season as they made their way to nationals? And who have you met so far that has joined the team?
I haven't met many girls joining the team next year, but the girls that I have already met that really like stuck up in here are Riley Armstrong, Jill, I can't remember her last name, but Jill, she's the really tall one. Andy Mack, I believe that's her name. And then oh, Mason and Carson the goalie. And I really remembered Carson because she's from Bismarck. But
Mhm.
yeah, those were the girls that I believe I met like right away. And they were just very excited to tell me everything that they have experienced at ASU.
That's awesome to hear. Gotta ask, what are you looking forward to the most about living in Arizona?
No more winter. I'm over the winter and I'm tired of driving on icy roads and almost crashing into street posts. Like I'm over it. It's
That's
it's a challenge.
no, I 100% believe you. That's a very fair statement right there.
Mhm.
Um, wow, yeah, I mean that is very fair. It's going to be warm here, and even in winter time, it's like 70s or
Yeah,
80s. It's super nice. You're gonna love it.
exactly.
And the most we have relatable to icy roads is dust storms. So, and we don't have
Yeah,
that many of those. So,
exactly.
yeah, think about the ice at least outside the rink. But
Yep.
kind of going off of what we've been kind of summing up, my final question to you, what are you looking forward to the most about this upcoming season?
I am very excited to one play with a totally new group of girls. And play in a new arena, which I think will be really fun. And I'm really excited to travel a lot. I mean, we were not traveling across the country for high school games. We were not doing that. And I'm really excited because I get to go to so many states this year that I have never been to and I didn't think I was going to get to go to, at least for sports. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm really excited about playoffs this year because I have been following the team for a while. And I really think that with the new developments that Lindsay has been talking about, that it'll be a really good year.
And that is great to hear, Mia. I mean, you're gonna have a great time at ASU, and we look forward to having you on the team and covering your year this upcoming season. But
Thank
again,
you.
thank you so much, Mia, for taking the time out of your day and summer to do this interview with me, and can't wait to see you this upcoming season. Again, a big thank you to Mia for taking the time out of her off season and out of her summer to sit down, kind of introduce herself to you guys. Hope you guys found this interview very entertaining. Make sure to check back on this channel for more prospect interviews as we count down the days until the next season begins.